As Cisco's partner account manager for Insight, it's my role to understand the Cisco portfolio. I'm joined today by Dimitri, systems engineer at Cisco Meraki, and he's going to speak to us today about the new solution. So Dimitri, what are the customer challenges?
Well, looking back on how we used to use the computer networks 5 to 10 years ago, we see that the complexity has risen exponentially in order to support the businesses. The classic example would be that we converged voice onto the network. But the reality is that most of the customers today use networks to drive their businesses. There are not many who, when asked, hey, if your internet went down or your access point stopped working at a location, will actually say, hey, that's great. I can wait a while. So networks become more and more important in the way that our customers actually do business. A few interesting examples is that now you get rated on how good your guest Wi-Fi is, or your employees expect to be able to work from anywhere, from any type of device, and have access to pretty much all the company resources. And with this, threats multiply as well. They are becoming harder to spot, and also once they get triggered, they will impact the business from both a financial and also a brand sense.
So could you just tell me a bit more about how Meraki helps solve those customer challenges?
We try to create technology that enables the customer to focus on their core business rather than trying to understand how the technology can help them. Their core business is definitely very different than looking at what's the latest firmware I have to run, what's the latest technology I can use. Technology should be there to help you, not to hinder you. So you can focus on teaching students, selling coffee, offer financial consultancy. So we offer a full stack of devices coming in from wireless access points, switches, security appliances, all the way to phones, mobile device management, and also security cameras. And the great thing about them is that they can easily be driven from a simple GUI that we call the dashboard, and are accessible to network admins from pretty much anywhere, as our technology is cloud driven.
What are some more benefits to the customer?
Well, I guess first of all, we looking at eliminating the complexity in a multi-vendor environment. Whenever I talk to some customers or some partners about what network devices they use at each of these levels, let's say the wireless switching and the firewall, they come up with great names, and those companies really do very nice technology. But we don't actually see the same vendor coming across all the stack. Thus, automatically the complexity increases because each of these vendors have their own ways in which you manage, deploy, and troubleshoot the network. On the other hand, what we offer allows you to very easily deploy the network to start with. Just by the fact that once you place an order with Meraki, you can start configuring the network while in transit. So somebody at the other end, as long as they are able to plug in a couple of devices, will allow the network to start functioning without you being personally there. New services. Think about a new business critical app that the management needs implementing across multiple sites. That will most likely need a stringent quality of service parameters uniformly set across the whole network at any of those levels. Now the IT administrator can log into the dashboard and very easily do that from one single pane of glass. And of course troubleshooting, because that remains still probably one of the most tedious tasks, especially because when employees cannot work, that directly impacts the business. So we make it in such a way that the administrator can use the dashboard not only to clearly understand how the network hangs off together, what end devices are present, but also have the tools and capabilities to troubleshoot all the things remotely.
That's great. Thank you very much for joining us today.
No worries, my pleasure.